because that shows more about a person, about a leader than winning. Skip, everybody can lead when you winning. That's easy.
Hair change.
Ooh, how did you rally the guy?
Same guy.
They look at you like, okay, that guy's
career mode.
I'm just sorry, loser. This is.
That's
Not
too,
that's a terrible thing or not.
bad season.
I don't like good losers, you know. But again, as the leader of that team, you need to do what John Elway would do. Just step up and say, we played poorly and we got to get better. Yep. It's nobody's fault but our own.
Right.
Responsibility for that.
Yep.
Add Ryan Leaf's comments to Baker's list of people he would like to withdraw. And keep in mind they earned their bye, but he did not practice today, Baker. So we got a little time to figure things out before they head to the Patriots, which is not an easy one. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch the other segments from our other shows.
I give AD scale of 1 to 10. Shot of Wade, MVP. I'm gonna give him a 1.
Oh, but there you go. There you go with some foolishness.
He's playing with LeBron James.
So
he's disqualified.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. It's not going to happen.
Why?
Because of what you just said. Number one, Giannis is a media darling. I don't get it, but he just is.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, AD, Giannis, AD, Giannis. I'm all for Joel Embiid. I think he looks like he lost some weight. If he can stay a little fitter and a little healthier and avoid his stomach issues or whatever he has.
Exactly.
He's got a real shot.
Yeah.
Because he is a dominating player on both ends of the floor. So is AD. I give you that. And I give you these numbers. I'm going to warn you about this one more time. Anthony Davis's record in New Orleans was sub 500. His playoff record was 5-8. He does not know this spotlight. He doesn't know how hot that light will get as we march on through the year, March, April, May, in Hollywood, playing alongside that guy. This guy is obviously LeBron James, all-time great. Give you that. No debate there. But he is difficult to play with. And when they do struggle, and you know they're going to have some highs and some lows.
Mainly highs.
Yeah, but you just watch. They're going to have some lows, too. It's a completely new group that you're throwing together. They'll probably get off to a fairly hot start, especially on opening night, because there will be no Paul George. So can number 2 beat this whole team by himself? Probably not. Still like the Clippers as a group better, and I think they're going to end up being better than the Lakers. But over time, when they do just predictably struggle, you know what LeBron's going to do to AD. We're running the offense through him. Yeah, you watch. And AD's just going to be shell-shocked by just how hot those lights get at Staples Center. And it's going to be hard. And they're going to be the ultimate vote splitters for MVP.
Can I put a caveat in there? AD stay healthy. Because you know.
Well, and that's I don't even like to talk about that. Please. Because you don't like to dare that.
Because he blocked the shot and hurt his thumb. So I'm counting on him being okay. So 8 quality.
8.25 to 1. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch other segments from our other shows on NBC.
Two steals already, man. Early in the season.
Or bad?
We're early in the game.
That will give the financial backing to Leslie and Kevin Timoff. He says, you know what, whatever you guys need, finance, I have it ready. Go get the best, and let's try to build a movie. Mind you, Skip, they're going $1 billion, billion next year. LA Skip, what are they like? In the building, be 2-3 billion.
trying to get my guy work, you know what I mean, going. I normally just start working his way in the inner paint, get his shot going that way. So then we can start stretching their defense out a little bit. And by that I mean by stretching their defense, we working our way in. We're gonna start working our way out from the mid area to the 3-point shot and see how they react. But you know we got Giannis, so I really don't pretty much need to be going in. We got Giannis and centers that, you know what I mean, come in and, you know, do what they need to do. But we're gonna see how this shit go.
Gonna be drafted. It's gonna be 20. You pair him with Aaron Donald. That's believe, general manager and VP, they believe that they need challenge to go.
Give my boy Giannis the ball. See what he do.
Because I believe defensively, in order for them to get back to where they need to be, back to that defense that can take the ball away, set their offense up in short field position, so the offense can score even more. This defense is not even close to what they were last year. It's not nearly good enough.
Y'all see that there? Sister Giannis is Giannis, sister me. That's how we do. That's team ball.
Cowboys on Sunday, you scream so loudly.
Yeah.
For the
That
Jets. Damn vocal cords.
I've never noticed this
Yeah.
from you.
Wow. You damage your vocal against Dallas in Denver in the owner's box, right?
I did.
Good. Good.
You don't mind?
I like it. The universe got back at you. Right?
You know, Matt Barkley, man came up here, had mono for a month.
Yeah.
Matt Barkley.
No, you're talking about Stan.
Sam Barkley. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold.
Another
Yeah.
mono guy?
Yeah.
No, he deserved it.
Against your team?
My team.
Well, maybe you guys should have traded.
Talk about that in just a moment. I can't wait. So right now I'm focused on Jalen Ramsey because I cannot tell you how much I disagree with everything. Let's go all in. Okay, here we go. You're going to be back in that Cowboy cycle of you got Dak and Zeke and Amari. You're going to have to pay, right?
Yes.
You're going to have to pay a lot for a guy who ultimately will be more trouble. You went all in with the Talib, Marcus Peters, two extremely talented corners with some baggage, with some character issues on both sides, right? And now you just got rid of Marcus Peters, but you didn't get a ball team. You made a first-team All-Pro. He was the defensive rookie of the year.
Rockets coming up in the world.
We're done with this. Get him out of here. You got sick and tired of him. Kind of quit on you occasionally.
That's what's gonna give niggas some trouble. They got them shooters. Oh God.
That's what everybody said, but he was.
No, I got it. Okay, but then you asked for it and you got it. Okay, it was kind of quitting on you, not really covering deep the way you have. Yeah, he's probably quitting on you. Now you point out Talib's on IR, so they went and got another guy. I'm going to detail the moment. Have absolutely no doubt about the talent because it's at the top of the board, top of your draft board. The nails this team because you said you could fix the defense. By the way, they are now 24th in points allowed. 24th? So wait a second. You got Aaron Donald, Shannon Sharp Hall of Famer says he's the best player in all of football, better than the quarterback.
I don't think they
He has been
know.
playing at a high level. He has been catching my
I don't
eye
think
more
they
this year than he has
know.
in the past. But they still
But
allowed
that they fucking
24th
know.
most points. Are you kidding me?
I
And
gotta
after
put
that,
that D.
if I look
Ooh,
this
run
at the
that
bottom
shit.
here, after them, it's all the bad teams. It's all the Cincinnati's, the Washingtons, and Miami. Those below.
The team that the Cowboys beat.
Okay?
Run that shit. That's how we run that shit, y'all.
I'm trying to change the subject when I got you on the run. But can Jared play quarterback? Obviously, he can't play quarterback. He probably was good in high school. Stud athlete in high school. But Jared Goff is now 26th in QBR. You like that? I can tell you, Dak's better than Jared Goff. Dak's better than Jared Goff. He outplayed him. Not that he played, but
he lost him.
okay, well, but 26th in QBR is not good, right?
Right.
The football focus now ranks the Rams' offensive line as a group 31st.
That's terrible.
And it was the same line that moved my Cowboy defense off the ball that night in a playoff game to the tune of 273 rush yards against my defense by that offensive line. Just dominated. They had all the inside signals, so they knew where the stunts were coming from even before they came. And that same offensive line is a shambles now. Whitworth has been a long-time Pro Bowler, but he looks like he's nearing the end of the line at left tackle, and you got all kinds of issues.
Right tackle look bad. Left guard, right guard just got injured. They made a trade with Cleveland for their center, but they believe they can play in the guard.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he's much more than a backup. I'm not sure Austin. I don't know about that. I'm not sure that's going to fix that offensive line.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, so now we're back to Jalen Ramsey, and again, now you didn't fix the other cornerback spot because Troy Hill, and I don't know much about Troy Hill, but I don't think he's any great shakes. He's no Jalen Ramsey, but he's now your other, like, you don't have Marcus Peters and Talib, and now you got Jalen Ramsey, way to go, you paid first for him. And you got Troy Hill over here on the other corner. So are people just going to start throwing at the other corner?
We're just imagine if you just have Jalen Ramsey. You'd have had Troy Hill and the guy that's the fourth guy.
Yeah. That's probably that Dave Long from Michigan that they grabbed in the first and third round. It was pretty good, but he hasn't seen it as fast as but whatever. Now you do have Jalen Ramsey and you got Troy Hill. Okay, way to go. So where are you going to go from there? Because you're a mess right now. Good genius, can he fix it? You think the boy genius can fix it?
You said
Can you fix Jared Goff? I don't know.
But Skip, you said they're a mess, but they were averaging 29 points a game for San Francisco.
Okay.
Is that a mess?
No, they're okay. Right now they're 12 yards and 10 points, so they're okay.
And they're 10, considering they only scored 7 on Sunday.
Okay. Now, let's look back quickly at Jalen Ramsey's history in the National Football League, shall we? So he gets drafted very well. Good pick. Okay, good for him. And right away, September 2016, his rookie year, he gets into Steve Smith, and I have a lot of respect for Steve Smith Sr., and he calls him an old man, and they have a big skirmish on the field during the game and after the game, and I'm like, come on, kid, back off. You know, pay a little homage to this guy. And then in October of his rookie year, he gets ejected in the fourth quarter after he gets into several Oakland Raiders. So here we go again. And then at the end of that year, the end of the rookie year, he hated a complete clean the defensive coaching staff, saying we should fire all the defensive coaches. Wade Phillips, are you listening to this? Because this is who you're about to deal with.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on got what they wanted, though, getting a first-round pick in 2020 and 2021, plus a fourth-round pick in 2021 in exchange for Ramsey. Now, the move fills a major hole in the Rams' secondary Monday.
LA put starting quarterback Aqib Talib on IR earlier Tuesday. They traded Pro Bowl corner Marcus Peters to Baltimore. Max, tell me this.
Yep.
What impact will Ramsey have on this Ram squad?
Well, I think it'll have a big impact this season. This season, I think it's a big impact. Going forward, you're giving up a lot. I mean, for a team that's filling holes all over the place and who has a lot of money devoted to a running back who knows if he'll ever consistently be fully healthy, you're giving up consecutive first-round picks. You're giving up a fourth. It's a lot. And then also what's weird is you trade Marcus Peters. Look, I know the NFL is not like other leagues. More than any other, you can't just look at the brand name. Because if the athletic ability or the discipline or whatever it is starts to go away, that brand name guy, which Marcus Peters is, suddenly is a bad player. And I understand he's been a bad player this year. But he's also in his physical prime, or should be. And we've seen him be a very good player. And so if you want to improve your secondary, and he wasn't involved in the trade directly. So that part, like, what are they doing exactly? But I'll say this. They got the blue chippiest of blue chip secondary players in the NFL. Like, Gilmore's having a better year, but no one in terms of talent, projecting it going forward, age, everything. Jalen Ramsey is the guy you want. And this helps all over the field. Not only can they play man, which is like, they can match up with the other guy's top receiver, but now guys like Dante Fowler have it easier because, because the corner takes the pressure off the front court, allows them to do their thing. The whole defense should improve. And Stephen A., when we look at these teams in the NFL, the elite teams, what are we looking at really? We know the dynamic offenses. They do it on the other side of the ball. The Saints can. The Patriots can. Chiefs not really. The Rams not really. Now maybe. Now the Rams can. Gooch for this season.
I disagree with you. I don't think there's much of an impact this year. Just this year. The reason I feel that way is because that's not the problem with the Los Angeles Rams right now. Obviously, the game they gave up 55 to Tampa, that was an aberration, but that was something to be alarmed about. But the real issue with the Los Angeles Rams is their running game. The fact of the matter is you got the 22nd ranked rushing attack, but Todd Gurley a bit hampered, not 100%. That is the thing that is plaguing this franchise right now. If you have an attack, 6th ranked passing attack, and the kind of things that Gurley's presence, when productive, elevates Jared Goff to elevate Sean McVay to, because it gives him more options. That pretty much offsets anything they're throwing your way. Even when Sean McVay arrived, and he had Wade Phillips as the defensive coordinator, they weren't a stout, elite defense. They were good. Even when they had Marcus Peters in the Aqib Talib when they first arrived, and everybody was, prognosticating about what they would bring to the table and what have you. You never looked at the Rams defense and said they're elite. A matter of fact, when they went up against Kansas City on Monday Night Football, right on our airways, one of the best games we've ever seen, the score was 54-51. Okay, they gave up 51. I was there in person in the end zone. It is the greatest experience I've ever had at an NFL game in my life. I had a damn section with about 5,000-6,000 people screaming at me, chanting my name, for crying out loud, heckling me the whole night. It was hilarious. But it was the greatest experience I've ever had in an NFL game. The reality is that when they gave up the 51 points, Ryan, no one was really surprised. Nobody looked at it and said, where's the Rams defense or whatever. You know why? Because you think about Aaron Donald. And you think about the personnel of Rock, because they keep Talib and others, but you never looked at them as having an elite defense.
But now they have the second elite defense.
But I'm saying to you, at the end of the day, even if their defense improves, I don't expect it to have much of an impact on the franchise because it's about their offense. If your offense isn't productive enough, it doesn't matter. Sean McVay's teams are not going to beat you with their defense leading the way. Their offense has to deliver the goods.
I will say this. He immediately makes this defense better.
But no, that.
Yeah,
I'm not questioning that.
The only player at his position in the conversation with Jalen Ramsey is Stephon Gilmore. And he has added a piece to that New England Patriots defense that makes them different. Jalen Ramsey will do that for Wade Phillips and this defense. Aubrey Pleasance, who's the DB coach, is going to be one of the young coaches that we start hearing about getting head coaching interviews. And so I know he's excited to have a guy like Jalen Ramsey. And what they can do is be different than they do this year. They can less than 20%, man. When you look at the Patriots, when you look at the Patriots where they're 50% man because of passing the game. And no, you can't get Dante Fowler. You can't get get Aaron Donald. Give these guys opportunities to rush because you don't have that quick outlet because you have to play so much zone. Marcus Peters is an excellent ball savvy corner. Not just good. From a ball awareness perspective, he's amazing. From a technique perspective, from a discipline perspective, as far as playing man, which we saw last year against Michael Thomas. Everything changed then because they understood they had to coach differently. Now, to Stephen A's point,
you mean they can't?
you can't do as much man. Yeah, you got to play more zone. You have to sit people back. You have to make sure you have help. There has to be over-the-top help. If we're playing man, we have to play 2-man, which is man under, 2 safeties high. We can still only rush 4. It doesn't give you an extra player to add to a rush. Now you're asking Aaron Donald to beat double teams every play. So that changes. Now to your point about offense, it doesn't make this team the Super Bowl contender that it was last year. You're already playing with San Francisco. You're playing with the Seattle Seahawks, both of whom have already beaten you. And when you look at this team Sunday, I don't care if they had Jalen Ramsey, Deion Sanders, Rod Woodson, Ronnie Lott. It didn't matter who was playing in the secondary when your quarterback can only complete 8 passes, when you can't protect him, when you can't run the ball. And so, though I think this solves one problem, can Sean McVay, can you put enough pieces together on this offensive line to solve the other problem? And when you give away 2 first-round picks and a 4th rounder, you know you won't be able to necessarily do it through the draft. Yeah, through the
Who
draft.
do you think won the trade?
I think it's a win-win for everybody. But who won it mostly? Jalen Ramsey. Period, point blank. He ain't missed a check, and he got his trade.
He's going to L.A.
And he's going to LA.
Like Jalen Ramsey won this from a team perspective. If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, it depends on how you're looking at it. If you said you didn't want to get rid of him, that you felt like he was a piece to your future, then you lost. And the other side of it is because of salary cap reasons, you lose a year and a half of Jalen Ramsey on the defense. You're going to have to retool because of the money you already placed in it. And so from that perspective, you get the draft pick to try to do that.
I'm willing to bet the house, though, Max. We won't hear about Jalen Ramsey having the flu. Or any back issues.
Well, but his back could have healed over the games that he missed.
I totally understand.
You see
I totally understand. I mean, you
that's
know what?
why he had to sit out.
Listen, I'm sure that's going to happen. I mean, I think that's one of the safest bets in football.
Got him boys down by 30.
Back injury.
I got 24 points in the second half, second quarter.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year. You look at Tatum, and I know we have to make a move up, and the consideration is that all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest petition. He sure does. Lots of competition in the money this year to get that thing in right. He is on the quickly quick pitch coming in. He is the push for home story. Here are some great players on both sides.
To think about.
Corner
That when you say it's about, they actually made these like it. For a second, the Gurley can be as middle end of this season. It's not they act. Ramsey, that other defensive Fowler too. Suddenly, that has the premium of players at their defensive positions. Right. If they could just be stopped,
gotta hit a break. Stay here with us. When we come back, LeBron James taking heat over on China, but find out what doesn't look as bad as many might think. Stephen A. Yeah.
A lot more to come on. Or is pull off something they haven't done since the AI, and we'll ask him.
joins us in studio. All that and more.
At the Titans, Ryan Tannehill is smart.
Gets to the rim where he could use all that wind.
Here's Kent following the basket by Adams. And here's Tanner. He's been quiet so far. Still no points made. Another shot is off. His corner class is the difference from round and to middle. It's when you just look so pretty. When it's in his hand. What's doing the slant on green? He is smooth as silk, even at a power finish. Now, here's Kent. He can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13 and a half points a game. Until you start knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to give you some.
Good. Not a in my,
So that played his Monday dis on spring. Next, into some.
side tried to mount a comeback. One side tried to protect their lead.
Dante, bro. Dante. Somebody called you. She called you upstairs.